Hey, what's up, y'all? This is yours truly, Carol Warner, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss everything culture. Ayesha Curry is back in headlines after doing an interview with Working Mothers magazine, where she openly talked about how she's been treated as a fair-skinned or light-skinned woman living in America. Now, Ayesha was born in Canada, but she said she identifies as Jamaican since that's where her mother is from. Her mother's from Jamaica, and reportedly her mother is Jamaican and Chinese, and her father is Polish and Black. But anyway, Ayesha is from Canada. She was born in Canada. And, there are a lot of transplants in Canada. And so race relations may be a little different there compared to the United States. Now, I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying colorism doesn't exist in Canada, but racial politics are addressed differently, I'm sure. And so in the interview, Ayesha mentions that because of her two daughters' fairness, they struggle with their own identity. And you guys, racial identity among light-skinned and or mixed race individuals has always been this constant struggle for us as Black folks. We really don't know how to identify light-skinned or mixed race Black folks, and even brown or dark-skinned individuals, a vast majority of them being men. We typically like to pair light-skinned Black folks with another nationality. They can't just simply be Black. Folks are always trying to dilute the Blackness of other folks. So I'm actually relieved to learn that Ayesha Curry, which she states in the interview, she teaches her children about their African roots and the power of their melanin. In the interview, Ayesha also adds that, and I'm quoting her own community needs to embrace everyone better. And she also mentions that she's been made to feel isolated from both white folks and Black folks. And I'm not quite sure how much backlash or pushback this comment has been given on social media or anything like that. I just actually saw the article and read the article and thought to, go ahead and make a video off of it. But, let's not, I hope people aren't pretending like what she's saying is untrue, because I don't want us to sit up here and, have this platform about colorism and pretend like when it's convenient for us, pretend like, what she's saying hasn't been a real life occurrence for us. That's what colorism is is all about, really. It's just us being at odds with one another based upon our phenotypical features. And we've struggled with this for centuries and centuries. So, what she's saying is really spot on. She probably does feel like she's not accepted in the Black community all the way. And she does probably feel like she's not all the way accepted in the white community. So, I really hope that, again, she's not being scrutinized because of what she's saying. She's only speaking her truth and she's being vulnerable with us. Yet, I've heard of this particular plight from other racially ambiguous and or light-skinned individuals. I have light-skinned friends who feel the very same way. But, unfortunately for Ayesha, the complexities that may be associated with her being fair-skinned probably only amplified when she married a light-skinned man and had racially ambiguous looking children. Her children will probably go through some of the same struggles she has and probably already are going through the same struggles. And so how do we go about identifying one's Blackness at this point? Because essentially, if identity is based on one's experiences, then how can we honestly question anyone's racial authenticity? And I'm not talking about accepting this transracial mess where non-Black folks can choose to be Black when it's convenient for them, like poor Rachel Dolezal did. Now, there has to be a limit to what we accept out here, but I'm not advising that we accept the appropriation of the quote unquote dominant culture and allow them to take advantage of our disadvantages as a Black community. what I'm saying is those of us who do have known African ancestry, who do identify as being a part of the Black community, should be embraced and treated as such. And unfortunately, a lot of racially ambiguous looking Black people or light-skinned individuals are often treated as if they are a stepchild to the Black community. Not always, but historically it has been that way. And we can do the back and forth of it's because of them passing and feeling superior and this and that third, and that is true. And we do have to take that into consideration, historically and socially speaking. That does happen. Those who are racially ambiguous looking, who are in fact Black or light skin or light enough to pass, there are some individuals that do pass. They do pass for another race. I've also heard a lot of light skin women say, it would be cute for me to say that I'm Dutch and Black or Dutch and Indian because I have the phenotypical features of that who would be Dutch and Indian, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I've heard it a lot. Again, that goes back to wanting to dilute your Blackness, in which that's a identity crisis there. That there's a denial issue there. There's some mental stuff going on right there. But what I'm saying basically is that we should be accepting of those who identify as Black, who want to be treated as part of the Black community, but may not have the typical African features or Africana features. You know what I mean? So we just got to do better at it. So you guys, that's all I have for this particular topic. I'm actually really glad that Ayesha did mention that our Black community does need to do better with accepting everyone. We talk so much about inclusivity and, being diverse and the beauty and being all types of shapes and sizes and, shades and all of that. But then when someone speaks their truth about whatever they've experienced because of their skin tone, we typically want to hush them. We want to silence them. We want to muzzle them. We want to scrutinize them. But again, I just really believe she's being vulnerable. And I'm not taking up for her because she's light skinned. I don't have a superior versus inferior complex with regards to skin tone. Not about this at all, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Fair is fair and unfair is unfair. And, this is a fair comment that she made. We do have to do better as a Black community as to make sure that everybody feels inclusive. We do. We talk a lot about that. That's been a theme, inclusivity, diversity, and if we're going to be accepting of all shades and sizes and shapes and things like that, then, when somebody comes on a platform to speak their truth, we shouldn't deny it. So thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Go ahead and leave a comment below. And until next time, you all have a fantastic week. Thank you.